Welcome along to the live stream at Queenstown Ice Arena in the lovely Wakatipu. So we have a competition tonight in the NZWIHL between Canterbury Inferno and the Wakatipu Wild. My name is Bill Falcone, and I'll be doing the play-by-play and the colour tonight. So if anyone in the area wants to swing by, I'll be joined up here with Grant Johnston on the camera, and our AV coordinator is Anthony Mitchell. So both teams have had changes to their starting lineups. They've had to play around with their lineups all across the board. So we'll start with Canterbury Inferno. Starting forward position, number 4, Steph Hovison. Number 17, Megan Matthews, also forward, and the other forward, number 14, LJ Hart. On defense, they have Ange Godfrey, number 69, and Meg Gardner, number 9. In goal tonight, there's also been a change. Coco Crookshank, number 28, will be defending the Inferno's goal. Now we're just going to have a shout out to the sponsors, as in the NZIHL and the NZWIHL, very important to have volunteers, sponsors, in order to let these games happen. So for the Canterbury Inferno, Brendan Hart Real Estate, part of the Harcourt's Gold Real Estate team up in Christchurch. Also the Futu Puru Accountants, HGF Strength and Fitness, and Eden Health Chiropractic. So big shout out to all the sponsors. Now for the Wakatipu Wild, they've definitely had to change around with their lines. And starting line for them, forward position, number 22 and captain, Kelly Nelson. Number 48, Manuela Pedrosa. She's come up from the third line to get a shot on the first line. So that should be a real good combination. Hopefully they'll work well. Also number 8, Judy Heel. On defense, be Caitlin Hollier, number 32. And Afi Orr, number 79. And in goal again tonight, number 25, Jordan Wishman. So shout out to the sponsors of the Wakatipu Wild. And again, there's team sponsors. There's also individual players are sponsored. So we'll start off with Industrial Fitness for supporting the girls and providing full gym memberships for the team. Bunker Street Film Company, allowing for high quality streaming for the Wild and opposing teams using different angles, replays, top-of-the-line equipment, and volunteering their time. James Allen Photography, providing the women with the best ice hockey images in the league. Yeah, he had a fabulous shot last night of number 28 for the Wild, Burstein's celebration after she got the goal last night. And he has a fabulous shot. You can have a look up online for that. Also, Craig's Investment, second season as a sponsor for the Wakatipu Wild. Enigma Hockey Equipment, supporter since day one with high-quality professional gear for the ladies. Sky City Casinos, second-year team sponsor of the Wild. Put the women on the back of the bus. One of the local buses has the Wild on the back of it. Wonderful. Hotel Tahi Tattoos in Queenstown. providing fabulous fundraising opportunities for the Wild this season with the Flash Tattoo Drive. Huge thanks to the team and Rua and Jeremy for donating their time. The Locker Room Bar and Grill. They have our jerseys hanging in the rafters at the bar. Go check them out. Tell them the Wild sent you for some deals. Little Flick Fireworks, also Bad Boy Fireworks, have been proud sponsor of the team and players since day one, as well as volunteers at the time commentating. Oh, thanks, Bill. Yep, you're welcome. Wonderful. Come November, you know where to get your fireworks. Nice. Good job, Cal. Queenstown Health, looking after the girls during the season at trainings, games, and on the road. And, of course, Golden Homes, their generous support of training gear, team needs from day one, allowing women to play. If you're looking for a new career, they're setting up pathways for women in building. Check them out. That's Golden Homes. Also, we'd like to mention the mountain scene, Partners in Grime, Sign It Signs, and Chris and Nate at Upholstery Workshop out on Glenda Drive. So that is the sponsors for the Wakatipu Wild and all the other volunteers that donate their time and resources. Also have shout out to Kelly Bernstein's family watching, I believe, Minnesota or Wisconsin area. And also in Canada, Polly Bennett's number 36 for the Wakatipu Wild. She's over there in Ontario, Canada. The Fort Erie Falcons, who she's playing for and going to school. And a shout out to her coaches, Carly and Pete. So the officials for tonight's game, referee will be Adam Nagy, and the lineys will be Josh Dickinson and Winnie Davis. Winnie was down at the Worlds. She was officiating a few games down there back in April when they were down in Dunedin. Yeah, after last night's very close game, it's going to be very interesting to see. There's been a couple changes, as I said, with the lines. Again, Morgulis is not in goal, and also Greaves and Matthews are out. So Wakatipu wins the face-off. It goes back deep into their zone. Caitlin Hollier will pick it up behind her net, push it up the side to Heel. Heel up to Nelson, back to Hollier. Hollier is able to push it forward, and then Nelson will chase it in. Godfrey gets it, brings it behind her net for Christchurch, but loses it. Nelson tries to get a quick shot, but it gets knocked down, and now Kavasin tries to pass it out. Now Hart has it down in the corner, but it's pushed back to Godfrey in neutral ice. Cross ice to Gardner. Wakatipu does a line change. She pushes it forward. This will be icing. And we'll get a stoppage of play. So a little broken play, but a quick opportunity there with Canterbury not being able to clear it cleanly out of their zone. And Nelson had a quick shot at goal, but was knocked down by the defense. So Wakatipu again wins the face-off, back to Bernstein. Bernstein to Heel, pushes it up to Bernstein again. Gardner does a good job to get it out, wraps it around the wheel. It'll come to the opposite point, and it's kept in. That was Emma Rout. Now it's pushed up into neutral ice, pushed forward. Weeks has it, putting pressure, lost it too far. Barnett now kicks it into neutral, then Heel. Heel's going to take it in. Has Mills and Bernstein, but takes it behind the net, trying to get it out. And now it's pushed up the side. and Rep pushes it toward the net, goes into the corner. Barnett digs it out, goes to Burstein behind the net. Godfrey is over there. Try and push it back, and they go too far. This is not on goal. Oh, not. Gets kicked aside, so icing's waved off. Weak backhand pass around, does not clear the zone. I believe that's Gorin that has it. And it does get into neutral ice. So Gorin will start out in the Canterbury end. And broken up nicely there, but I think that was Strain. And then Bennett has a crack. She comes, is unable to keep it. And Hoagland pushes it down into the corner. Now Orr has it to Hollier. Hollier circles back around, back behind her goal. Up to Strain on the side, and it gets into neutral ice. Where again, Gorin takes it in. And then Hoagland's going to take it down into the corner. Circles back, fans on her pass. And now it's going to come out from Heel. Heel goes cross-ice pass. And it's picked up by Nelson. Nelson takes it down the left side. It's going to come in quick. But a good stick check. She lost control of it. And now Canterbury will start in their own zone. But Nelson does a good job to poke it back into the zone. Just can't keep that one in. So Nelson pushes it back to, I believe, Hollier. Hollier will start out from her own zone to Heel. Heel dumps it forward. Pedrosa will be in after it. Barnett gathers it behind her own net, pushes it up to the side. Nelson can't keep it out. It's a good deflection there by Patchett. Patchett goes in, but actually gets beaten to the puck down in the corner by Rout. Now pushes it behind the net. Wakatipu start out, and this should be icing. So 16:20 left in the first period. We're still tied at 0. It hasn't been very structured play so far, but it's been entertaining hockey. Canterbury wins the face-off, but loses control of it. And now Pedrosa does a good hustle. She's going to get a shot, but it gets knocked down by Gardner's shin. And then they skate it up, get past 2 players, Mills and Weeks, and Chang did a good job getting it out of the zone there. Same there with Kvassen getting back on sides. And now Canterbury has it down in the circle. Matthews pushes it back, but Chang had moved out of position, and now it's back to Gardner. Gardner pushes it up again. This will be icing. And we'll get another stoppage of play and a face-off down in the Canterbury zone. So it gets pushed into neutral ice, gets dumped back in by Orr, and then Mills. Now Weeks is going to have a shot. Gets knocked down again by Gardner's shin. She does a good job of getting in the way many times. Now an outlet pass. I'm not sure if that was Hart that had that. The puck got pushed aside, and now finally Wishman's able to cover it up with the glove, and we get a stoppage of play. A little bit of a dangerous play there. Great opportunity for Canterbury. When, Wakatipu just weren't able to get a quick stoppage there in front of the goal. So Wakatipu wins the face-off, but it goes back to them, and now it's pushed out. This will be another icing. And, of course, during an icing, the offending team can't have a line change, so... 15-16 left in the first period. Wakatipu wins the face-off. It's driven around the wheel by Heel, but Godfrey does a good job keeping it in, push it behind the net. Now Heel will get it in the opposite corner, 2-on. Nice pass cross ice to Rout. Rout gets it up the sideline and is able to get it into neutral ice. Godfrey will collect it in their own zone now for Canterbury, pushes it up the side. It's broken up. Nelson gets it with her stick, pushes it forward. Actually went out of play and came back in. Play continues. Here's Haugland. Haugland tries a centering pass. Isn't able to get it. Goes down into the corner. Rout is in there battling for it. Heel comes away with it, pushes it up the side to Pedrosa. Now Nelson picks it up, has Heel forward. Pedrosa's breaking toward the net. Shot goes wide. Pedrosa will pick it up on the opposite side, but can't get to it. So Gorin does a good job there. As Pedrosa bangs her into the side, we're going to get a stoppage of play. As it looked like she hit ribs on the just in front of the penalty box there. So yeah, I don't think there was much in it. There was it was just both players were going to it and they bumped into each other. They were off the board slightly, and I believe she got thrown sideways into the boards, and it looked like it hit her just on the side of the ribs. So it's probably winded her, and it definitely would not be a comfortable hit to take. So, it's good to see she's starting to get up. So it's number 10 Gorin, so that's great. Yeah, I don't know if anything will come of it, because I don't think it was a dirty hit or there was no penalty there. It's just one of those unfortunate things. It is a physical sport. So they'll get a neutral ice face-off with 14:08 left in the first period. So Canterbury wins the face-off. Or is able to keep, she had it kept in and then brought it out and back in. That was a little bit unfortunate, offsides. So that was nice. There was actually a shot on goal from the face-off. Oh, and once again, it unable to be kept in the zone. Hollier gathering their own edge with Patchett on there. It goes all the way back to Wishman. Now it's pushed up the side and knocked into neutral. Weeks has it now. Heel takes it in, gets past one player down in the corner, pushes it behind the net. Weeks will have it over skates, and it's pushed up the sides and now pushed back into neutral. Rout does a good job to stop it there at the line and actually gets a shot away on goal. So Cruikshank is able to stop it, and we'll get a stoppage of play, face off. So Canterbury wins the face-off. Is able to get it into neutral zone. It's Coverson. Pushed in, and now Weeks has it. She has cross-ice pass to Burstein. Burstein has it. This is the new line that they're trying out. Let's see how they get on. She has Rout up at the point. Good physical play there by Matthews. And now it's pushed down. This will be icing if it has the legs. And it does. So 12:51 left in the first period. Still tied 0-0. So Canterbury again wins the face-off. Covison takes it up the left side, does a good job getting around, but Hollier will go in there. They were battling last night, and actually Covison comes away with it back to the point. And the shot goes well wide. Hart now tries to backhand it in. Godfrey gets a quick shot, but it's deflected nicely. And now Matthews pushes it around the side, but intercepted by Bennett. And now Hoagland will take it into the zone. Now it's on the right side, gets a quick shot away, knocked down. And it's, oh, nice job keeping it in. Oh, and then they let it come into the neutral zone, and both teams will get a partial line change. Hollier collects it up in her own zone. She'll cross the red line and dump it. Oh, right into the Canterbury bench, unfortunately. So this will go back to the face-off spot backwards from where the shot was taken from, or the pass. So Canterbury wins again. Biergaard pushed it into the zone, and now Heal's able to get it in the neutral ice. And now Heal's going to get an opportunity here. Has Nelson breaking on the other side. Shot goes well wide. Pedrosa picks it up side of the circle. Tries a quick turnaround shot, but can't do it, and it's pushed into neutral ice. Now Wakatipu takes it in. Heel on the left side, gets a shot, gets deflected out by the goalie's stick. Route comes down, does a nice job keeping it in the zone. Again, they were doing a good job with that last night also. And now Biergaard had a battle for it. That's Nelson, does a good job there to get around. And she'll go off. Now Gorin, good to see her back in the game and playing. And now Weeks up to Mills. Mills tries to dump it in. Eccleston Allen knocks it down. And Mills does a good job coming away from it. Centering pass. And nobody was in the slot to take advantage of that. It was a great setup. And now Hollier has it back in her own zone. She'll take it behind her own net. Eccleston Allen putting pressure. And now Eccleston Allen dumps it behind the net. Tobin was in pursuit there. It now gets pushed up the side. Outlet, but Gardner has it. She gets cross ice pass again. They're going to say no icing on that one. They'll wrap it around the wheel. Strain will have it. She gets it out into the neutral. Weeks is going to have a go at it with Patrick. And Gardner comes across to gather it up. Does a nice job there. Pushes it up the side. And they dump it. This will be icing if Canterbury can't get to it. No, they've waved it off. And Gardner comes away down the other corner. She's going to get a quick shot here. And it's stabbed out of the air by Wishman. So we'll get a stoppage of play. 9:42 left in the first period. Tied at 0. So as like last night, the officials are letting the play continue. Very few stoppages, which is wonderful hockey. And you don't care how they call it as long as it's consistent. So Wakatipu has it, wraps it around the wheel. Covison, nice job keeping it in. Shot doesn't make it. Now Godfrey's going to get a quick shot here from the side, knocked down nicely by Lawrence with her stick. Now up to Heel. Heel falls over, pushes it back. We're going to get a penalty here. Looks like it's going to be against the Inferno. So it's going to Matthews, number 17. 2 minutes for high stick. So let's see if the Wakatipu Wild can take advantage of the first power play of the game. They win the face-off. Heel top of the slot, back to Hollier. Now side circle, cross ice pass. Nice quick shot. by heel, and it gets pushed up. They're going to be able to get it out of the zone here. Patchett does a nice job to get it down. Nelson will retrieve it behind her own net. And now she'll start out up to Hollier. Hollier will skate it into neutral, up to Burstein. We're going to get a penalty here. Foolish play there. Foolish play. Caitlin Hollier for the Wild was holding the stick. And the other player actually, it was so bad that the other player let go of the stick. And so that negates the penalty, and we'll go to 4-on-4 hockey for the next minute and 28, and then the Inferno will get a 32-second power play. So, yeah, foolish retaliation there. So Canterbury wins the face-off. Kavassen has it at the side of the net. She's going to skate it behind the net, looking for help. Back to Gardner, pushes it forward. Now Wakatipu, heel falls over, retrieving it, goes to Kovason right at the side. Good save. Cross ice pass right in front. Was not able to pull the trigger. Gardner does a great job there. Wow, we're going to get another penalty here. So number 14, Hart, for the Inferno is going to get a 2-minute penalty for slashing. So it broke up a power play opportunity. So it looks like we have 1 minute. I think that says 1 minute. Yep. So Canterbury wins the face-off. They come away with it. They're skating 3-on-4. Now Gorin has it. She takes it down the left side, but Heel gets there first, pushes it up. Plenty of open ice out there. Nelson's going to skate it forward. Has Pedrosa breaking toward the net. Comes around to the side. Goal! Came right around the side and then put it top shelf above the goalie. Wonderful to see her miss the breadbasket. And Nelson opens up the scoring. At 7:52 of the first period, Wakatipu Wild lead 1-0. Let's see, a fun fact. Kelly Nelson took second place in a pumpkin pie eating contest at University of Wisconsin. Stevens Point Harvest Festival. There's a huge Swiftie, apparently. So Wakatipu has the face-off up to Burstein. Burstein will have it down the left side. Has Mills breaking toward the net. Brings it in. Centering pass. Knocked off by Cruikshanks. And Rout unable to keep it in. Matthews skating it. Tries to get around, but Wishman will be able to get on top of that. We'll get a stoppage there. So getting back to these fun facts with Kelly Nelson, went to the Eras Tour in Oz, and Justin Bieber is lucky enough to share a birthday with her. Hashtag Bieber. So Wakatipu wins the face-off, backhands it up, but Barnett will keep it in, gets a shot, goes wide. Rout down there in the corner, but Kovason does a great job getting away, tries a backhander that actually got some lift on it, but got saved. Now it's behind the net, pushed up to the side to Bennett's, I believe. And now Weeks has it. She's going to push it out to Bennett's. Gets deflected. That'll go into the zone. Wakatipu both teams will take a partial line change. Godfrey has it behind her own net. Passes it to the side, and it gets deflected right on goal, and Cruikshank puts her glove over it. We get a stoppage at 6:43 of the first period. So Canterbury is able to get it out of the zone. It'll be collected up by Orr in her own zone. She pushes it forward. Good pass. Cross to Madrosa. Madrosa, top of the slot. She gets quick shot. Gets deflected. Saved. Heel has it in the corner. Back to Orr at the point. She pushes it forward to Heel. Heel cross ice. Beautiful to Hollier. Hollier gets a shot down low. Deflected out. Now it's going to be pushed down. I believe that was Matthews. And no icing. They waved that off. Now Gorin has it down in the corner. Now Patchett comes, takes it away. Back to Gorin. Gorin centering pass right across the crease. Nobody was there. Pedrosa up to Nelson. Has Heel. It's a 2-on-1 with Gardner. Over to Heel. Quick shot back and goal! Wow, looked like a repeat of the play last night, where it was not passed back to the initial passer. And tonight it was, and it worked like a treat. Kelly Nelson gets her second goal of the night with 5:50 left in the first period. Wakatipu Wild up 2-0. Another fun fact here for Kelly is played in the German Fist Top League with the Mannheim Mad Dogs for a season. I hope that's hockey. So Wakatipu has it. Heel has it in her own zone. Oh, beautiful steal by Kovacin. Quick shot, good save by Wishman. Now Hart's going to get a shot and gets a goal. Wow, that's a wonderful goal. Wow, Gabby, I think it was Gabby Mills, was down on the ground, and she was actually able to lift it over her, and I think it went top shelf on Wishman, but I'm not actually sure, but I'm just impressed she was able to get that shot away and get so much lift on it in such a tight space. So, wow, just like that, Canterbury answers. 5:23 left in the first period. It's 2-1. Canterbury wins the face-off. Definitely no quit. So Bennett has the puck. She pushes it up to Strain. Strain cross-ice pass to Kemp. Kemp dumps it in. Bennett will go in the corner with Gardner. Gardner pushes it up the side. And that was Tobin that did a good job to get it out. Hollier now takes it back in their own zone. Pushes it up the side, the left side forward. Up back to Hollier. Hollier takes it down deep in the circle behind the net. Now centering pass, but wrong side. Nelson couldn't get a shot away. Dumps it for Orr. Orr cross ice. Hits the side of the net. Gardner does a good job to get in there. Now Barnett has it. She's going to push it up into neutral ice. It's gathered up by Hollier. Hollier pushes it wide, but Barnett is able to beat Nelson to the puck. She's going to take it down the right side into the zone. Shot on goal was knocked down off the skate. It's pushed back. Godfrey does a good job keeping it in. Patchett now has it down in the corner. Cross ice, beautiful to Eckerson Allen. Top of the slot there, but unable to pull the trigger. Pedrosa isn't able to clear it. They get a shot on goal. Wishman covers it up. We'll get a stoppage of play with 4:03 left in the first period. Wakatipu Wild leading 2-1. So Canterbury wins the face-off. Beautiful centering pass, but there was no Canterbury player there. Now it goes back in. Matthews picks it up now around Godfrey. Godfrey backhands it up to Hoagland. Goes too far. Heel's able to keep it in, push it back down into the corner. Matthews has it, pushes it up to Hoagland. Hoagland pushes it across ice to Biergaard. Biergaard's going to take it down the left side, goes right past Potter. Weeks gets a quick shot. Wishman is there. Wishman at good position there. Stopped the puck, dropped right in front of her pad, and she puts her glove over for stoppage of play. So wonderful. A lot of grit with the Canterbury Inferno. You know, to come back, getting down 2-0, then jumping right back on it. definitely no giving up. So Wakatipu wins the face-off, wraps it around to Kemp. Kemp pushes it up the side, but not far enough. Matthews going to get a quick shot here. Gets knocked down, hits Orr. And now they have it behind the net. They seem to have picked up the fight. Nice job by Chang to keep it in. Cross ice, Hart. Hart gets pushed down. And now it's outletted to Bennett. Bennett has Strain breaking for the net. She's going to get a quick shot, gets knocked down. Strain now has it. It's wrapped around. Interesting tonight, the Wakatipu defense don't seem to be as aggressive on keeping it in the zone. They seem to be backing out quicker, and you can see it's a noticeable difference in play. So Wakatipu starts out behind their own net, pushes it up. Chang has it center ice, cross ice pass to Gardner. Gardner now forward to Matthews. Matthews backhands it into the zone, will chase. I think that's Hollier has it, backhands it over to Orr. Orr pushes it up the side, and it gets tipped into neutral ice. Gardner will push it all the way back to Barnett in her own zone. Around to Biergaard. Biergaard takes it down. And now Hill's going to start out in her own zone, but nice pickup by Gorin. She circles back in her own zone, looking for Biergaard. Goes cross ice instead to Hoagland. Can't keep it. And again, Gardner does a great job of just getting in the way of the play and breaking things up. She's also puts her body on the line a lot in the defense. Wonderful job. Nelson top of the slot. And that shot is deflected, I believe, by Barnett, and it went into the netting. So we'll get a stoppage of play and a face-off deep in the Canterbury zone with 1:52 left in the first period. Nelson and Gorin. Gorin wins the face-off back to Barnett. Take it behind her own net. She'll stop, have a look, see what's up. Pushes it back to Godfrey. Godfrey kicks it into neutral ice. It'll be chased down by Rout in her own zone. Gorin in hot pursuit. Rout takes it behind her net, keeps traveling up. And they're unable to clear it out of the zone. Goes cross ice. And Gorin does a great job of stealing that puck away from Rout. Goes through. Heel breaks that up. Now Burstein pushes it into neutral ice. Weeks couldn't get it. Now Burstein gets it back. She's taking it down the left side. Goes right around Eccleton Allen. Tries to come in front. Nobody there. Quick shot here by Mills. Knocked down by Barnett. And now Hoagland has it the opposite side. Good job keeping it in the zone. But now it's out. Eccleton Allen had it. Now Barnett has it. Good fighting for the puck right now with just under a minute to play in the first period. Comes right in front. Hollier has it, pushes it up the side. Oh, tries a quick centering pass. And but it didn't get through. Good job there by Godfrey to avoid that player and get in there. Again, it's pushed around the boards. Eccleton Allen will gather it, but can't. Hollier's now going to work it around the wheel. Too far for Burstein. It goes to, I'm not sure if that was Godfrey there, but good outlet pass to Burstein, but broken up nicely. And it's going to be kept in. Quick shot there. Nice low shot. Pad save. With 10 seconds left. Hollier has it in her own zone. It might be Tobin in pursuit, and that'll bring us to the end of the first period. So interesting play there. It seemed that in the last few minutes, after their goal, Canterbury really lifted their game and increased the tempo. Also of note, it appears to me, especially with Orr, that they're not as aggressively boxing in to try and keep to fight for the puck at the blue line when Wakatipu's in the offensive zone. So last night they did a terrific job, very aggressive doing that, and tonight they seem a bit more conservative, and especially Orr seems to be pulling out early, not contesting at the line for. So it's much more conservative play. And yeah, let's see how that plays out. But Canterbury, great job. They answered, go down 2-0 in these tight games. A lot of teams can give up, and they showed no quit. A lot of character there. And came back, got a goal, and then seemed to lift their play. So it was really good hockey. Looking forward to see how the rest of this game is going to play out, because there's a lot of hockey left. So that should do it for here for the first period. So we'll wrap up, and we'll see you in about 15. All right, welcome back to Queenstown Ice Arena for the NZWIHL match between Canterbury Inferno and Wakatipu Wild. Just about to start the second period with Wakatipu Wild leading 2-1. So very good tale of two sides period. It seemed like Wakatipu was starting to get on top, and then they got the 2-0 lead. Inferno came right back and halved the lead and then lifted their game for the rest of the period. So they've thrown down the gauntlet, and we're going to see how it's going to play out for the rest of the game. So wonderful hockey. Wonderful hockey here. And once again, we give a shout out to all the supporters and the sponsors. For the Wakatipu Wild, we have Golden Homes, Queenstown Health, Little Flick Fireworks and Bad Boy Fireworks, The Locker Room Bar and Grill, Hotel Tahi Tattoo Queenstown, Sky City Casino, Enigma Hockey, Craig Investments, James Allen Photography, Bunker Street Film Company, Industrial Fitness, also the Mountain Scene, and I see Scoop is here. Partners in Grime, Sign It Signs, and of course, Nate and Chris at the Upholstery Workshop out on Glenda Drive. So for the Canterbury Inferno, we have Brendan Hart Real Estate, Harcourt's Gold Real Estate, Futupuro Accountants, HGF Strength and Fitness, and Eden Health Chiropractic. So Adam Nagy, the referee, is going to go to puck drop. And Canterbury wins the face-off. And it's pushed forward into the zone. Now Hollier will get it behind her net, but Hart's going to get to a first pass behind the net, I think, to Matthews, and Matthews up to Godfrey back at the point. Pedrosa does a nice job running it down, wraps it around the wheel. Heel's going to get it. Cross ice pass to Nelson, a little bit too far, but now Godfrey will get it, take it behind her net. Partial line change from Wakatipu, now full line change coming. They push it up to Covison. Covison cross ice pass to Gardner. Up to Hart. Hart's going to take it down the right side. He's going to get a quick shot. Gets knocked down. Backhander there by Matthews. And once again, Wishman in good position and is able to block it, drops in front of her, and she covers it up with her glove for a stoppage of play. So Wakatipu is able to get into neutral ice. And now Burstein's going to get to it first. Good hustle there, good grafting. Comes back around looking for help. Centering is kept in nicely there by Rout, but unable to control it. And it's taken down the side, I believe, by Gorin. Has Hoagland in front of the net. Cross ice. Oh, beautiful pass there, and just overskated a little bit. And now it's taken out. Burstein again is going to dump it down. And it gets gathered by Barnett, takes it behind her own net. She'll start out. And gets it out, and oh, it's pushed forward. And now back to neutral ice. Now Gorin will collect it. Drops it off to Barnett. Can't control it. And Gorin throws it forward into the zone. It'll be chased down as Canterbury will do a partial line change. Push it out. Oh, unable to keep it in, and now we have, is that Bennett's? Bennett's has a shot, goes well high. Gathered in the corner. And now Zhang pushes it up the side. Oh, shot on goal there was good. Pad save, didn't hold on to it. Got a rebound, but wasn't able to do much with it. Now Hollier has it down in the corner. Beautiful centering pass. Wow, it looked like it hit off the stick and got deflected back between the pads of Crookshank. And Yeah, wow, great opportunity there. And I'm sure Coco wasn't sure where the puck was for a while. So we'll get a face-off with 17:37 left in the second period. Wakatipu wins the face-off. Heel gets it, pushes it wide, and that's pushed into neutral zone. Hollier will gather it in her own zone. She'll take it behind her net with Tobin in pursuit, putting pressure on up to Nelson. Nelson, good outlet there to Heel. Heel coming right down the slot, goes too far, slides into the net. We're going to get a stoppage of play. Looks like a penalty too. Not sure what happened there. They got tangled up and they both went into the back of the net and blew the net off its posts. But it looked like the official was signaling a penalty. No, it doesn't look like it now. So it's just going to be a face-off in the Canterbury zone. Wakatipu wins the face-off. Goes to the left side. Heel has it. Pushes it back behind the net. Up to the circle for Pedrosa. Nelson right in front. Turnaround. Oh no, that was Heel right in front of the net. Had that turnaround shot. And now this should be icing. No, it's on net. So Heel will gather it. Takes it behind her own net with Patchett putting pressure on. Outlet pass there, too far. Hart, now Weeks has it. Weeks pushes it up to Heel. Now Hart, now Tobin's going to push it out into the zone, but not far enough. We have Mills taking it in, drops it to Heel. Heel gets around one player. He's going to get a good opportunity, but Hart gets the puck, is able to outlet it. I think that's Matthews. Shot goes wide. She'll gather it up in the own corner. Gardner now has it back at the point, fighting against Mills for it. Kicks it forward to Matthews. Matthews backhands it behind the net to Hart. Oh, beautiful centering pass, but nobody was there. From Hart back to Matthews, but deflected by Mills. Gardner now keeps it in, back down to Hart in the corner, but it gets wrapped around the boards to Matthews. Matthews on the opposite side. I believe that's Weeks. Weeks pushes it up the side to Mills, back to Weeks. And Weeks' cross-ice pass has Burstein in there. Barnett gets in the way, and it's pushed up the side as Wakatipu does a partial line change. And it goes right past Hollier into the neutral zone. Now Kovacin against Orr. Quick shot. Looked like it was right in the breadbasket, and Wishman was able to grab it out of the air, and we'll get a stoppage of play. 15:26 left in the second period. Wakatipu Wild leading 2-1 over Canterbury Inferno. So Godfrey gets a shot that goes up out of play. So Canterbury won that face-off. Looks like Bennett's against Gorin. And again, Bennett's, Polly is over at Ontario, Canada, at Fort Erie Falcons, the Fort Erie Institute. And so shout out to her coaches, Carly and Pete, and her teammates and mates. So Canterbury wins the face-off. Can't keep it in the zone. Now it's put back in. And Hollier will start out. Gorin doing a good job of fighting her off. Hollier falls down. And now Wakatipu gathers in their own zone. As Orr pushes it forward, but Gorin gets it. And is going to skate it into the zone. Has Biergaard behind her. Shot on goal. And Wishman is able to block it and hold on to it. Let's see what the fun facts are for Polly Bennett. Has OCD in her elbow. It's just
what, OCD?
Yeah. That's what it says. Her cat ate her bird. And she blew up a microwave when she was home alone at 10 years old and almost burnt down the house. So they're your fun facts for Polly Bennett. I'm sure teammates will get a lot of mileage out of those. So Canterbury has it in the corner, and now Covison has it, pushes it up the side. Pedrosa's going to try and outlet it to Nelson, which she does. Who forwards it up to Heel. Heel back to Nelson. Nelson's going to get a great opportunity here. It's knocked down. Good save by Cruikshank. Good save there, and dropped it right in front of her, and she's able to cover it up. Heel wasn't able to get a hit on it after the save. So initially, Wakatipu had won the face-off. Heel drove it in. Looked like she got a shot low, but now it's kept in. Hollier has it back to point, back to Nelson down in the corner. Barnett and Harold battle. Barnett comes away with it. Pushes along. Pedrosa does a nice job centering pass, but now Hart has it. She puts it into neutral ice, back to Hollier. Covison does a good job there, as her and Hollier have been battling for 2 nights now. It's good to see. Oh, quick one-time shot that goes wide, and it's pushed into neutral ice. Barnett will gather it back over to Godfrey and burn it there to Orr. Orr doing a good job keeping it in, but then goes back. Hollier will start in her own zone. Forward pass up to Burstein. Burstein does a good job getting in. Hart, a bit aggressive with her stick, gets caught up in the, look like the equipment of Burstein. Might get a penalty here. Yeah, it's going to be a hooking penalty. I believe that's going to be against Hart, but I'm not sure yet. Yeah, 2 minutes for hooking to Hart, number 14 for the Canterbury Inferno. So Wakatipu Wild will get a power play opportunity here with 13:10 left. So Wakatipu has it. He'll cross the ice, pass to Nelson, back to the point, back to Nelson's side of the circle, back behind the net. Oh, good centering opportunity, was unable to pull the trigger. Hollier comes forward, has it. I think that's Heel with it down. Tries it, no, Burstein, back to Heel. Heel to Burstein. Burstein back to Heel. She's moved to the point. Good cycling. Cross-ice pass needs to be quick. Good job keeping it in the zone. Shot goes a little bit wide, but is saved with the waffle. Gorin comes in to take it. It's like she's had enough. And she pushes it down. Canterbury will get a partial change here. Wakatipu coming out. Pass was to nobody. And now I think that was Gibbons that pushed into neutral ice. Here goes Bennett. Bennett brings it into the zone. He's going to wrap it around the wheel. Got Mills breaking for it. Has Kemp cross ice to Hollier. Hollier, quick shot down low. Bennett will have it. She's going to push it around the wheel. Goes to Kemp. Kemp back to Hollier, top of the circle. Skates it forward. Takes it behind the net. Gardner chips at it. It comes back to Kemp at the side of the circle. She's going to dump it there. Hollier will pick it up. Turnaround shot, nothing on it. And Canterbury's able to get it down ice with just over 20 seconds, I believe, left in the power play. Oh, big collision down there, no penalty. It's brought out. Covison does a good job intercepting that pass, and that'll, I think there's about 10 seconds, maybe 5 seconds left in the power play. So Canterbury looks like they've done a good job. Oh, Mills just fanned on that, and Covison's able to keep it in the zone. So that's the end. We're back to even ice, and now Wakatipu start out from their own zone. Up to Mills. Mills cross ice pass to Heel. A little bit behind her. Now Godfrey will go in, dig it out of the corner. She'll start out. Oh, Rout. Godfrey fanned on it. Rout was able to keep it in, wraps it around the wheel. Barnett has it. Again, not much on it, but is able to get into neutral. Now Covison does a good job. And Orr did a good job of boxing her out there, so she was unable to get a nice shot. And here we go. Patchett had an opportunity there, but unable. Now Nelson's going to skate it out. Has Pedrosa breaking to her left. She's going to get a quick shot. Right in front, it's loose. And Nelson almost had her own rebound, but that was good to see. Cruikshank just didn't hang on to it completely. It dropped right in front of her and with a loose puck. I don't know, if you haven't had a goalie mask on, you might not appreciate how hard it is to see something right below you. A lot of equipment on and not great visual abilities when you have the equipment on. So Canterbury wins the face-off, but Burstein does a good hustle to get in there. Gardner now kicks it up the side. It's fanned on by Patchett, and now she takes it. She's going to take it down the right side of the circle. She turns around quickly. Good defense there, keeping her on her. Hollier does a good job of getting the puck away from her. Now she's going to skate it out, looking for an outlet. Good to Burstein. Burstein against Gardner. Over skates. Gardner does a good job there. And Mills keeps it in, and now Weeks will gather it in her own net. She pushes it into neutral ice. Now Tobin has it. She's going to take it in. Weeks has it back in her own zone now. Pushes it forward to Heel. No, to Mills. Mills takes it down to the side of the circle. I think she has Gorin on her. I'm not sure. Tries centering pass. Nothing there. Now Rout's going to get a quick shot. Oh, and it goes wide. Strain's going to be in there against Eccleston Allen. And Burstein, I believe. Back to the point to Heel. Heel gets a shot. Oh, good pad save there. Definitely had a corner, an opening in the corner there, but good job by Cruikshank to get a pad save. Now Heel has it at the point. Skates it down the side of the circle. Quick shot right in the breadbasket, I believe. And Cruikshank will hold on to it for a stoppage of play. 8:47 left in the second period. Wakatipu Wild still leading 2-1. So Bennett wins the face-off, goes right back to Heel, quick shot, but knocked down. Then Rout tries a quick shot, gets knocked down. I believe it's Kovison that has it. Outlet pass to Hart. Hart has Matthews. Oh, beautiful pass. Backhander, knocked down. It's unable to be cleared. Godfrey, keeps it in. Good job. Pushes it forward down into the corner, gets her own back. It just looked like there was a trip in front of the net. And now Godfrey, beautiful, beautiful pass to Matthews, but wasn't able to pull the trigger on it. And now it's outletted by Kemp. Now Godfrey has it in her own zone. And it's pushed up to Matthews. Matthews pushes it forward, but Hollier will get there first. Cross-ice pass to Pedrosa. Behind the net, unable to clear. Biergaard does a good job of getting it, and it's finally outletted. And now Heel takes it down into the circle. Nelson's down there also. Over skates, it gets wrapped around the wheel. Pedrosa in pursuit with Hoagland. Now down low to Heel. Heel turnaround shot. Hits the pads, and Cruikshank's able to cover it up. We'll get a stoppage of play. So Canterbury comes away with it. Barnett will skate it behind her own net. Stop. Look. Pushes it out. Hollier does a nice job of keeping it in. We're going to get a penalty here. So it looks like it's going to be against Barnett or... Excuse me. No, it's going to be against Gorin. Gabrielle Gorin. What was the penalty? 2 minutes for tripping. So now Orr has it, top of the, back to the blue line. Cross-ice pass, quick shot, up high, pushed out, kept in nicely by Orr. Oh, good job by Matthews to get it. She's going to get an opportunity. She's going to get a breakaway here. And it's good defensive play there. Excuse me. By Heel. Put her body on the line there to break that up a little bit. But Matthews showed her speed for sure. Offsides? Yeah, just when you're crossing the blue line, you can't muck around too much. You send your players in offsides. So they're starting to play with the lines now again. So I see Nelson out there with Burstein off for the power play. Hey. So Hollier over to Pedrosa. Oh, Pedrosa. Oh, got a little bit lucky there. I thought Biergaard was going to get a breakaway. Nelson does a good job taking it into the zone. He's going to slow it down, try and set up the house. Back to Heel, back down to Nelson, side of the circle. Now back to the point to Pedrosa. Nelson, side of the circle. Quick shot and a goal! I believe that's a hat trick for Kelly Nelson. Wow, imagine that for a Swiftie. So 5:56 in power play. Kelly Nelson gets, I believe, her third goal of the night. Wakatipu Wild lead 3-1. Now let's see if Canterbury can answer. So far they've been able to. Real gut check here, but I have no doubt that the girls, or the women on the team, have the ability to come back from this. They've shown real grit previously. So Patchett now has it, pushes it up the side. Tobin had to wait off on sides. Now Heel pushes it backwards, but Patchett will get it at the other side. Goes behind the net. I think that was Hollier pushed it up, but Gardner does a good job keeping it in. And but can't keep that in. That won't be icing because it got deflected off the Canterbury stick. Barnett goes down, pushes it behind the net to Gardner with Strain in pursuit. Strain actually takes it away, dumps it back forward. And now Barnett has it with Kemp putting pressure on her. Gardner comes in, takes it away. And it's pushed into neutral ice. A little bit too far for Eccleton Allen. And Heel has it, splits them nicely, and bounces off of Tobin. And wow, good skills by Hart there. Or now Matthews. She's going to take it in. She's got a bit of speed. Shot goes wide. Burstein's going to wrap it up around the wheel to Heel. Heel's able to get it into neutral. Tobin intercepts it. Pushes it back. Now Weeks has it. Good pressure there by Matthews and Tobin. Wakatipu can't clear it. And Canterbury's able to push it back behind their net. Potter now has it. Potter is able to get it into neutral ice. And Godfrey will push it up the side there. Back to Hart. Or is that Covison? Nice job. Matthews centering pass, and Hart was just faced the wrong way. Couldn't take advantage of that. Weeks now pushes it. Godfrey puts it back on. Oh, here's an opportunity here with Burstein. Bit of a seagull there. Got behind the defense. Oh, good defensive play by Godfrey. Wow, she had was that Mills? She had Mills breaking toward the net. So 3:51 left in the second period. So right back to Hollier took a shot that went wide, was knocked down. Now Nelson fighting for it. Goes back to Pedrosa. Pedrosa, good centering pass. Almost a shot. Very bad angle, low angle. But went there, and now it's pushed into neutral ice. Hollier has it. She'll skate backwards. Around, pushes it off the boards, but can't do anything. Biergaard then pushes it up the side. And this will be icing if so the line has to stay out there. So let's see Manuel Pedrosa. Let's see some fun facts. 1-2 calligraphy competitions for Chinese. Shares a birthday with Britney Spears. She sleep argues with Orr, number 79. Matthews does a good job keeping it in, and now it's outletted. Gardner will go back to her own zone to gather it. With Heel in pursuit, Wakatipu takes advantage, has a line change, get the tired players off. Pass too much for Hoagland. Now up to Kemp. Kemp, good quick pass to Bennett. Bennett splits through the defenseman. Quick shot. Good save there by Cruikshank. Now Rout keeps it in. Push it down to the corner. Kemp battling for it. And it gets pushed back into neutral ice. Heel's going to big skate off the bench, coming across to gather the puck. Push it forward to Strain too far. Kemp and Gardner were having a battle for the puck there. Something caused Gardner to go down, and I think she hit her head, but I didn't see what caused it. I don't know if there was much in it. There's no penalty being called. Yeah, Gardner's had a great series. She's, just a real spirited player, and for a defenseman, definitely willing to put her body on the line numerous times in these last two games. So Wakatipu wins the face-off. It's pushed up to Mills. Mills dumps it in. Weeks is going to dig it out of the corner, fight with Barnett. She goes past him. Good centering pass right there to Mills. Beautiful job. That's a good combination. Bobby Weeks had a beautiful pass to center it. And to Gabby Mills. And let's see, Gabby Mills, fun facts. Can hold her breath for an impressive 28 seconds. She hates onions and is scared of vegans. So with 2:12, Wakatipu now takes a 4-1 lead. So Tobin gets in the way there, but Nelson able to get the puck, pushes it out to Heel. Heel gets a shot. Rebound and another goal. I think that was Nelson. Yeah, it looks like it was Nelson. That might be her fourth. Wow, just bounced off the pad, came right out, and Nelson was able to drive it home. Now we see Lids comes on to the game. Number 16, Clark, for the Wakatipu Wild. Heel takes it down the right side, circles back, tries a back pass to Nelson behind the net. Lids doing a good job staying in front of the net. And it comes back to the top of the slot. Hollier keeps it in. Again, does a good job keeping it in. Heel pushes it up to Clark. Clark gets a shot that goes wide. It's going to be gathered in. I think that's Zhang. And Bennett is in there battling for it. And now Kemp comes away with it. Kemp, quick shot, goes wide. And Bennett does a good job keeping it in, wrapping it around the wheel with Strain in pursuit. Gardner overskates it. Now Matthews going to come away with it. Pushes it up the boards and is able to finally clear it. That'll be offsides. Yeah, probably shouldn't have touched that puck, but that's hockey. So Canterbury wins the face-off. Push it back. Gorin will start out with it from behind her own net. Is able to get it into neutral ice. Wow, deflects off a stick. Biergaard almost had a breakaway there, but Heel does a good job to get over and close that down. Now Gorin can't control. Good outlet pass there to Burstein. I think that she goes down the side. Godfrey does a physical job to get her off the puck. And now it's outletted. Stopped by Heel. Mills is going to dump it back into the zone. Burstein's going to go in fighting for it. But Matthews has it. Outlet to Hoagland. And broken up with a good stick check. And that'll do it. That'll wrap up the second period, where the floodgates opened up a little bit. It's a shame to see, but Canterbury definitely is going to have to show some grit in the third period, but they're doing a good job hanging in. They definitely haven't given up. But we end the second period with Wakatipu Wild leading 5-1. Yeah, interesting. Just wide open play. It's interesting to see the different lines having, although a couple of them I believe were power play goals out of the 5, but the different lines working together in different combinations. So now we look forward to the third period. See if Canterbury can fight back a wee bit. So we're going to take a 5-minute break for 10 minutes. We'll see you in about 15. All right, welcome back, Queenstown Ice Arena. About to start the third period. NZWIHL competition. Wakatipu Wild versus the Canterbury Inferno. Also have a clarification. So number 28 for the Wild, Kelly Burstein. So she hails from Minnesota in the United States, same as Kelly Nelson. But shout out to Kelly Bernstein's parents, Hal and Gail. So I give them a big shout out. Let's see, what's Kelly's fun facts? Has snowboarded all 12 months of the year. Still has all her wisdom teeth. Lived in 4 countries in the past 2 years. And has traveled to 3 different countries for ice hockey in 1 year. But no, that was Gracie Helmick, that last one. So here we go. It'll be interesting to see how Canterbury answers. The 5-1 deficit that they're now competing in. It's good to see Wakatipu seems to be fired up. Hopefully they'll keep their motivation. Kelly Nelson having an impressive 4 goals this game, with Gabby Mills having the other one. Let's see. So Wakatipu wins the face-off. Hollier. Now Pedrosa's going to fight with Heel, and looks like Gorin comes away with it for the Inferno. Back to Godfrey. Godfrey's going to skate it up. Good job by Nelson to break that up with her stick. Take it away. Now it goes to Pedrosa and then back to Gorin. Gorin's going to take it into the zone. And dumped all the way down the other end of the ice, waved off icing. Deflected off Canterbury player, outlet pass to Gorin. Hollier now picks it up. She'll skate it back to her own zone, cross ice to Orr. Orr up the side to Mills, bounces up to Weeks. And now it goes back down. Burstein there chasing in pursuit. Mills goes across ice, Hoagland, but he'll get to it first. She'll push it forward. Now Matthews will gather it, take it behind her own net. Start out, pass ice up. Route has it and does a good job diving to push it forward. Here's Burstein with Mills crashing toward the net. Oh, rebound comes right out front. Weeks couldn't get to it quick enough. And now Matthews and Mills. Mills pushed it behind, I believe, to Burstein. And now Hart's going to come away with it. Pushes it up the side. Oh, good job by Mills keeping it in. Back to Burstein. Burstein's going to try backhander. Quick out in front. Bounces around. Biergaard comes in and clears it. She's going to skate it up. Gets into neutral ice. Pass route. And now he'll gather it up with Hoagland in pursuit. She comes out behind. And this will be icing if... Oh, they've waved it off. So now Kemp and Gardner are going to battle for it. Comes back. Here's Bennett. Oh, overskated the puck. And now Gardner's going to push it out. Oh, good hustle here. Good fight there by Hollier, but Heel's able to get to it. Drops it off. Hollier gets it next to her neck. Net pushes it out up to Strain. Strain pushes it. This will be icing unless Bennett can get there first. They wave it off. She does. She takes it behind the net. Oh, beautiful pass to Kemp, who just couldn't get enough stick on it. That looks like Kemp caught an edge. Now it's cross ice to Strain. Goes across, and that's Ecclesdale. And there, oh, good outlet to Pedrosa, but unable to get it. Patchett will grab it, push it behind the net, wrap it around to Ecclesdale, and who then backhands it back to Gardner. Will start out from behind her own net. Podrosic doing a good job keeping heat on. Goes up, overskated by Tobin. Now Heel has it, pushes it behind the net. Nelson will get it the opposite corner, pushes it behind the net to Heel. Heel, centering pass right to the slot, nobody there. Orr gathers, pushes back to Lawrence. Lawrence pushes it up to Heel. So they wrap it around the boards. Matthews will dig it out in the corner. Take it behind her own net. Now it turns back the other way. Outlet there, but gets knocked down. Now Matthews pushes it forward to Kovacin. And now Kovacin dumps it into the zone, and it's picked up in the opposite corner. Now Potter's in there, but now Kovacin does good backwards. Tried to center it, but didn't come up. Now Kovacin has it down low, side of the net. Beautiful centering pass, nobody there. Broken up nicely and pushed into neutral ice by Burstein. And now Mills in pursuit there. So Gorin has it, pushes it forward, but too far. Potter does a nice job up to Weeks. Up the side. Good job by Canterbury keeping it in. They wrap it behind the boards. Orr now has it. Pushed it up the side to Burstein. Oh, good job there by Godfrey keeping that in. And once again keeps it in at the point. Now it's pushed out. This is going to be icing by Weeks. But Burstein does a great job to get down there. Hustles. But has no support, so has to skate around. Tries to pass cross ice to Bennett. Gorin comes out with it. She's going to push it forward to Heel. Heel, oh, Kovacin steals it. Beautiful. And then has a nice shot, but right in the breadbasket of Jordan Wishman, who just holds on to it. We get a stoppage of play. 15-13 left in the third period. Wakatipu Wild leading 5-1. Wakatipu wins the face-off. Going to wrap it around the wheel for the boards. Rout has it behind her own net. Starts out up to Kent, too far. And now Rout has it again and gets it into neutral ice. Picked up, overskated by Bennett. A little bit of sloppy play here, but Canterbury's going to come away with it. Biergart, Routs is trying to box her out as they go down into the corner. Body positioning so important in these battles. And now Nelson gets it out, overskated by Strain. Now knocked back into the zone. Hollier cross ice pass to Heel. Good pursuit there by Hoagland. And now it looks like Hoagland's going to come away with it down in the corner. Good hustle on her part. And now Heel has it back, wraps it back around the wheel. Looked like Pedrosa and Hollier looked at each other and neither one went for it initially. Comes out right at the side of the net, now pushed up the side. It's going to be outletted, deflected, so this won't be an icing. Gardner will go down into the corner to gather it up. Pedrosa there, good job by Pedrosa getting in good position. Tries a wraparound. Oh, Gardner gives her a good shot. She goes down and it hits the top of the rink, so we'll get a stoppage of play with 13:48 left in the third period. Face-offs coming deep in the Canterbury zone. Canterbury wins the face-off. Mills does a good job to dig it out of there. I think it's her and Matthews battling for it with Patchett now it's come in, along with Weeks. Couple of Wakatipu players down, but nothing in it, and it's finally outletted to Tobin, but now Mills has it, top of the slot. Good stick check by Godfrey, makes it go wide. Oh, beautiful centering pass, nobody there. Now Hollier's going to get a shot, side of the circle. Nice shot, but a pad block by Crookshank, and then it bounced out in front, is gathered up. That was Eccleton Allen who pushed it. Now Hollier's going to take it in. Tries to split the defenders, which she does, has it down in the corner, pushes it behind the net. Strain's going to get in there. Beaten by Godfrey. And now Matthews circles back, pushes it up to Tobin, but doesn't get it out of the zone. Kemp can't get there quick enough, though, to keep it in. And it's dumped backwards. Now Potter does a good job to push it forward. Now it's dumped into the zone by Bennett. She'll go off. And now Canterbury will start out. Good outlet there. Gorin now is taking it down the right side, but goes too far. Orr gets it, pushes it around the wheel, and Gardner does a good job to keep that in as it went past Strain up on the side. Gardner now gets a nice shot from the side, hits one of the players, so doesn't get on net. Now Gorin's going to come away with it. Back to Zhang, who can't keep it into the zone. Oh, it was a little bit, took a funny bounce on her, and she was unable to keep it in the zone. Instinctively brought it back in, and of course was automatically offsides. So Nelson comes away with the puck from the face-off, goes to Heel. Heel has Pedrosa in the slot. Comes to the side of it, tries a wraparound and gets it. Wow, beautiful. So that was number 8, Judy Heel. Let's see. She loves rocks. The Wakatipu Wild is her 3rd team she's played with in the NZWIHL, and her sister Abby, number 9, broke her pinky by putting it in a chair leg and sitting on it. That's her fun facts. So Pedrosa doing a good job there battling, but Godfrey's able to come away with the puck. And she's going to skate it out. Up to Hoagland. Hoagland, now it's dumped forward by Godfrey. Oh, they called offsides on the other side of the ice, I believe. That's a shame. That was good hustle there by Canterbury. So now Barnett will gather in her own zone. Good pressure on there by Bernstein. And now Weeks going to have an opportunity here. Cross ice pass. Nobody was there. Lawrence gets a nice shot away, but knocked down. And now pushed into neutral zone. Hollier will gather with Barnett in pursuit. She circles back, goes behind her net. She's going to stop, take a look, and start out. Quick pass. And that was Matthews, but now Hollier has it, goes past Hart, has it down in the corner, centering pass to Bernstein, but couldn't get the handle on it. Hoagland now outlets. And it's wrapped around to Bernstein. Cross ice, nice pass to Clark. And then Gardner gets it behind her own net, over to Eccleston Allen, but too far. Orr keeps it in. Big collision over there, nothing in it. And it's pushed up the side. Kemp will get it now. Wraps it around the boards. Gardner will pick it up on the opposite side. Weak shot up. Tobin does a good job to deflect it and get it into neutral ice. Now Orr has it. Outlet pass there to Kemp to Nelson. Nelson down the side of the ice, goes all the way around, now dumps it backwards, so Pedrosa will pick it up in the opposite corner. She's going to get a short angle shot there. She gathers her own rebound, overskates the puck. Gardner does a good job there. Now Pedrosa gets it back. Good battle down there. Gardner has it. Potter unable to keep it in the zone, so she pushes it back to Hollier. Is it or now to Nelson. Heel's breaking toward the net. Nelson's shot goes well wide, has enough momentum. Heel picks it up back in neutral and dumps it forward. Matthews picks it up behind her own net with heel in hot pursuit. She steals it, quick backhander. Cruikshank did a good job to stop it and then puts her glove over it for a stoppage. So we have 8:58 left in the third period. Wakatipu Wild 6, Canterbury Inferno 1. So Canterbury comes away with a good hustle here by Kovison and has Hart right in front, and they get a goal. Beautiful play and positioning there. Wow, wonderful. Hart in a great position, and wonderful play, hustle, and pass by Kovison. Oh, no, it was Gorin. It was Gorin, it looks like, got the goal. But again, just beautiful hustle by number 4, Kovison. And good support there by Gorin. Need to get some fun facts for the Inferno players. So Wakatipu wins the face-off, push it forward. The pass goes nowhere, so now Canterbury gets it, now dumps it into the zone. It's gathered up, pushed around the wheel, tried to be outletted. Good stop by Barnett to bring it forward with some speed. Oh, dangerous to turn around with it like that in front of the net. Oof. Wow, lost the numbers there. Couldn't see who that was, but definitely not a good decision in front of your own net. So shots on goal 38 to 21. Wild has 38 shots to Canterbury's 21. Now Hoagland tries to center it. Wow, beautiful play. Bounced out. Hart had a beautiful opportunity, and now Gardner has it in the neutral zone. Good pursuit there by Bennett. Oh, bit of an elbow. Knocks Strain down. It's pushed back. Now it goes into Barnett. Strain's on putting pressure on her. She's going to push it up to Gardner. And now Gardner will take it behind her own net. And skate it out with Nelson putting good pressure on her. They get it back out. Hart will have it. She'll push it back to Barnett. Barnett cross-ice pass too far for Biergaard. Gets deflected, so waved off icing. Hollier start out from her own net with good pressure being put on by Hoagland. Orr now has it the opposite corner, pushes it out to Clark, and now it's wrapped back around the net where Hollier tries to get it. Her and Hoagland still battling down there. Now Heel is going to start out with some speed, comes cross ice, good outlet pass to Nelson. Nelson dumps it into the zone, be picked up by Clark over on the other side. Does a good job to get around, is that Barnett? Pushes it forward, now Heel comes. Is that Weeks? Weeks to Potter. Potter's shot gets stopped by Matthews. Matthews outlets to Tobin. Tobin can't hold on to it. Now it's pushed in. Patchett and Mills battle. And then Eccleston Allen is able to push it forward. Patchett goes off her skate, goes forward. She's able to try and get it in the corner. Now Godfrey does a good job keeping it in the zone. Back to Patchett. Side of the circle. Back to Godfrey. Good shot, goes wide. Weeks will pick it up behind her own net, falls over, pushes it up the side, and now outletted into neutral ice. Canterbury goes back in. Tobin now pushes it forward. Weeks and Patchett will battle for it. And it's pushed up the sides there to Mills. Mills does a good job to get it off the wall, but still doesn't get it out of the zone. Tobin turns around, throws it down to the opposite corner, or pushes it up. And now Wakatipu will hopefully get an opportunity here with Burstein going down around past Matthews. Side of the net, centering pass. Nobody was close enough to take advantage of that. But here's a forward pass to Burstein's going to take it in. She's got Strain breaking toward the net in the slot. turns around, centering pass, nobody there, over skated, pushed in by Strain, goes into the corner. Strain pushes it around as we have 5:22 left in the third period. And now beautiful outlet pass to Matthews. Matthews to Gorin. Has Coverson breaking toward the net. Comes in, side shot, knocked down, rebound right there. Now Bennett has it. She's going to skate it out. Looking to outlet to Kemp, but now pushes it down the side. Not sure if that's Matthews that has it behind the net. Not sure, but it's centered. And good outlet there by Hart. And now Rout keeps it in. Heel is going to be there in Kemp. Drops off to Heel. Heel's going to get a shot from the side. Goes off the glove as Cruikshank unable to hold on to it. Nelson now has it. Tries the backhand. Good defensive play to block that out by Matthews. She stopped Hollier from getting in there. Now it's in front. And Judy Heel gets another one. Looked like a good backhand. That went in front of the net with 4:28 left in the third period. So even with the score, it was 6-2, now 7-2. Canterbury's doing a great job of keeping their head in the game. They're still competing for every puck. They definitely have not given up, and I think they're showing tremendous grit and character. And it's wonderful to see so much in the NZWIHL. So many of the teams, you know, you think of Canterbury and Dunedin and Auckland Steel, and just none of them really have quit in them, and it's wonderful to see. So a little bit of broken play here, but Hollier comes away with it, skates back into her own zone. She's going to start out, gets deflected up to Heel. Heel tries to get it to Nelson, but get nice stick check, broke it up. Cross ice pass to Hollier, and then up to Pedrosa. A little bit too far, but Barnett will grab it down in the corner. Backwards to Godfrey. Heel putting pressure on. Now up to Biergart. Biergart cross ice pass. Good outlet in the end to Hoagland. And now Hart's going to come in behind, push it into the zone and chase it. Hollier will gather it up behind her net and push it around the wheel. It's now being battled for. And now Weeks is going to skate out. Has Mills a little bit too far. This could, no, they're not going to ice. And now Mills does a good job of hustling. And now it'll come up to Potter. Potter puts a good shot on ice, on net. And now Biergart comes away with it. She's going to put it out into zone. Potter breaks it up nicely, but Barnett's going to have it. She's going to shuffle it back. Orr has it back to Weeks. Weeks cross ice, a little bit too far. So knocked out, and now Orr has it back at center ice. She circles back, cross ice past to Potter. Potter pushes it down the side. This could be icing, no? Now Barnett has it down in the corner. Pressure, Weeks comes in, pushes it behind the net, but Hart gets to it first. Very quick, smooth skater, and she's skating out. Good stick check by Gabby Mills to break that up. Had a little dance by the Canterbury players so they didn't get too many men on the ice as they were doing a change on the corner. Now Strain's in there, they're battling. Oh, he had a skate near a face there. Very dangerous play. Here you have, it's pushed down, Patchett has it. Her and Bennett's are fighting for it. Now Biergart, now Eccleton Allen has it. Oh, side of the circle, quick shot there by Bennett. Goes high and away. I'm not sure if that's Hoagland. Good job keeping it in by Rout, and then again by Strain. And now Nelson gathers it back. Wow, Eccleston Allen now has it in the corner. Nelson putting pressure on her. Heel's going to get a shot from the top of the circle, gets knocked down. Nelson goes in with Gardner to battle for it. Gardner comes away with it. Goes right around. Now there's pressure in there from Kemp. Kemp does a good job. Heel has its side of the circle. No support there. Eccleston Allen now comes away with the puck. Tries to push it up. Now Nelson has its side of the circle. Good hip there to take Nelson out of the play. We're into the final minute of play in the third period. So still great intensity playing. And definitely no giving up by the Canterbury Inferno. Wonderful to see. Shows real character. So 56 seconds left in the third period. Canterbury wins the face-off, and Zhang dumps it into the zone. Lawrence now backhands it over to Hollier. Hollier wraps it up the side. But Gorin, I believe, comes away with it now. They're battling for it in the corner. Kovison. Oh, it bounced off out by the side of the net. Wakatipu can't get it out. Look at this. This is wonderful play here. The last minute, and they're playing like it's a tie game. This is going to be icing. So Wakatipu won't get the much needed break, but there's 20.9 seconds left in the third period. So Canterbury comes away with it. Matthews has it down in the corner. Now Hollier comes in and steals the puck, pushes it up the side. Godfrey keeps it in. Centering pass, nobody there. It's pushed out, goes into neutral ice with 3 seconds. Lawrence will get it. Matthews still battling. Wow, wonderful. And that'll do it. So Wakatipu Wild, final score is 7-2 against Canterbury Inferno, but just awesome, awesome sportsmanship, great competitiveness. Yeah, just great to see that, you know, they're down by 5 points with the last minute, and they're competing for every puck, just like it was a tie game. Yeah, just awesome to see. So in the final shot tally, Wakatipu Wild had 41 and Inferno had 23. So it's good to see. Yeah, Judy Hill, I think, had a couple goals. Gabby Mills, and then Kelly Nelson had 4. Be interesting to see. Let's see. My pick for Canterbury player. Geez, that's a tough one. I think you could probably always give it to Gardner because she plays terrific. Yeah, Gorin had a good game. Hart had a good game. Matthews. Yeah, Megan Matthews, 17. She had a good game. Just always hustling. Great to see. So Zhang, number 97. Ella Zhang got MVP for Canterbury. Now for the Wakatipu. So Kelly Nelson with the 4 goals, and I'm not sure how many assists tonight, but that's great to see. All right, now they'll do the traditional salute to the fans and whatnot. Wonderful camaraderie here too. And so that'll, yeah, just reflecting on the weekend, you know, unbelievable that last night was 1-0, difference of 1 point. Tonight 5, but Canterbury never gave up. Showed a lot of grit and character to keep battling right up to the last seconds of the game. Just wonderful to see. And it's going to be very interesting to see how this season plays out. We'll be going up with the Wild to Auckland for their battle against the Steel at the end of this month. And yeah, just it's anybody's. Although to be fair, I'd have to say the Steel are probably the far favorite, but that just puts a little bit of pressure on them. Add some acid. So, all right, we're going to wrap it up from here. It's been a privilege to share this with you, and we'll catch up with you in a few weeks. I believe Dunedin's coming up next month, and we'll catch you on the live stream then.